Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time, another video response to the community question posed by the button mappers on which is your favorite Zelda type of Zelda game, 2D or 3D Zelda games. And I guess I should have asked for clarification. I think I know what the intent of the question is because technically games like A Link Between Worlds for the 3DS and Link's Awakening Remake are 3D titles in the graphical sense of things. You know, they use 3D character models, but I think the intent of the question is kind of like the gameplay style, the modern 3D Zelda games, which are kind of like behind the back, versus the classic or old school Zelda gameplay type, which is kind of like above the head, like the classic games like Link to the Past and whatnot. But regardless of what the intent of the question is, I do have a defined answer, and my vote will go to the 3D Zelda games. As you guys know, no surprises here. Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games of all time for the Nintendo 64, and subsequent releases. So this game has a lot of obviously value for me. But in terms of other 3D Zelda games that really stood out for me, I can't complain. With games like Twilight Princess had great dungeons, one of the best dungeon designs in any Zelda game in my opinion. Breath of the Wild, released in 2017 for the Switch, is one of the best games made in recent memory. This game really surprised me. It's a masterpiece, and I had over 100 hours of gameplay time on enjoying this on the Nintendo Switch. So those selections alone, but if you count games like Wind Waker, games like Skyward Sword, which I also enjoyed despite a few criticisms from Zelda fans out there. I think when you look at overall the quote-unquote 3D or modern games in the Zelda universe, I think I tend to gravitate enjoying those more. And I think that has to do with the fact that I was not very into handhelds growing up, and I think that's where a lot of the quote-unquote 2D / classic Zelda games came into play. You have the original Link's Awakening, the Capcom games, the Minish Cap or whatever on the Game Boy Advance. It wasn't until the 3DS era that I really started playing more and more handheld games. So the Game Boy Advance games, the Nintendo DS Zelda games, I kind of forgot about those or didn't pay too much attention. But there's always time to go back to those. Obviously, I feel bad because A Link to the Past, which is a 2D / classic Zelda game, obviously it's one of my favorite games of all time. It has a lot of nostalgia pool for me because that was my childhood right there, playing A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. But other than A Link to the Past, there are some solid entries. I did enjoy these two games right here, which are kind of modern 2D, for the purpose of the video response, kind of like classic Zelda games. I did enjoy these two guys right here. But again, in conclusion, my vote will go to the, I guess, 3D / modern Zelda games where you see a Link from behind the back, and the graphics are more intense and they're more geared towards I guess consoles versus handheld systems. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out the original video by the button mappers and share your preference, 2D classic Zelda games or 3D modern Zelda games. Make your choice, and see you guys later. Take it easy.